Well, hello, children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. This week we have a full supermoon coming up in Aries, and it is the final supermoon of this cycle. I've been talking about it this whole time. Now I have confirmation. I have done the research. I have looked back. Supermoons do, in fact, come in groups of threes. Once a year you get a set of full super moons and a set of new supermoons. But what's different about this particular set that we have is the mirror effect of epigee and perigee, and that's the dramatic thing that I've been talking about this whole time. So if you go back from December of last year into February of this year was our first set of 3 supermoons, and they were super new moons that came in with a pairing of micro full moons. When you have a micro moon, the moon is the farthest away that it possibly can be, and when you have a super moon, it is as close as it can possibly be. The epigee and perigee do not typically line up in a way where you would have the moon moving as far as it possibly could go and then coming as close as it possibly could in a matter of 2 weeks. That's not common. That's not normal. That's weird, actually. So, this being our final supermoon coming up from the micro moon and then leading up into our next month of moons where we have a pair of eclipses to close out this whole big cycle once and for all, for really, yeah, it's crazy, interesting, neat energy. Really love it. Hey, look, I tiraded a little bit longer, getting into some astrology with you guys. Just a little bit. No professional am I, but I'm learning, I'm growing. We all are. And as I said, I feel like it's very much related to these dramatic moons that we've had this cycle, this year. Everything that we've been going through is just transformation after transformation. I'm not the same person I was when I started this. Guarantee you aren't either. If you really look at it, if you really, you have those mornings you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm somebody else now. I'm a better, stronger version of who I used to be, and it's beautiful. It's awesome. It's so much fun. So, getting into this full supermoon, it's in Aries, and it is, again, our final stages of this dramatic growth process that we've been going through. So, it's kind of nice that it's ending in our head, which is where Aries rules. It's in our heads. This is us being strong in our minds, strong in our determination, strong in our decisions, walking your talk, being that person that you said you were going to be. That is the general energy for this Aries full supermoon that's coming up. And I am just so excited to get into it with you guys. So, yeah, let's get into it. Let's go do our reads. Well, hey there, Sagittarius. And last but not least, my mutable fire on this beautiful, fiery supermoon. Definitely been charged, which is fantastic. I needed the extra, I'm gonna be honest. I'm so happy to again, have the opportunity to do this with you guys, and it's just so much fun. So let's get into your full moon here. Thoughts are turning. Thinking about stuff. I just need to slow down a little bit. Getting all ramped up again. Flipping. Turning gears. Okay. So warm up. We just didn't have it shuffled enough. Turning. Please be brave. Okay, we have our Knight of Cups on the top of the deck. With 9 swords at the bottom, which I point out because we're also being called to be brave, to show courage, speak up, to speak out. To let the fire within you burn, Sagittarius. Don't be afraid of that fire burning inside of you. It's fuel. There's so much hesitation, so much like resistance, so much not wanting to express these thoughts, these feelings. We have all of these underlying fears that are just so deep within us right now that we almost can't even imagine going down that far to like grab them and pull them up out of the darkness. That's how I feel about that. It was deep, Sagittarius. Deep, profound. The spirit says you gotta get her moving though. Get it going. That road is breaking up behind you, Sagittarius. And at this point, you gotta outrun it. So don't give in to fear. Jump into that new cycle. There's something beautiful waiting for you on the other side. Yeah, like dramatic energy shift. Like it feels like this portal feels very much like a portal right now. Like I said, the road is leading right through this gateway. And it's breaking up behind you. You almost don't even have any other choice but to run into paradise. Run head first into paradise. Why is that hard? Why is that hard? Because we're humans. That's why that's hard. Heaven is terrifying when you really think about it. Is it not? It's leaving everything that you've ever known behind. Like, of course it's scary. Keep going. Keep going. Swords of communication, that cup of love. Take it with you. What an interesting card to come out. Like, this is just. This is right. This is correct. This is fair balance for what you have been working towards, what you have been asking for the entire time. This is it. Hands down. You put this in, this is what you get back. It looks scary, but this is... Yeah, heaven is terrifying. I don't know what to say about that. I get it. I get it, Sagittarius. The concept of heaven. We all want to go to heaven, right? We all want to live in bliss and happily ever after and all of that. But when you actually are presented with such a thing, if you actually allow yourself to conceive of that thing being presented to you, like, that's scary. What do you mean everything is gravy? What do you mean everything is easy? There isn't something lurking behind the shadows over there? Are you sure? There can't be no shadows, right? Of course there's no shadows, but it doesn't mean that it's not worth it. Can I be any more clear, Sagittarius? Can the universe be any more clear with you, Sagittarius? What does the universe have to do? Burn your house down to the ground for you to recognize And I don't mean that literally. I do not wish such things upon anyone. I'm just, like, figuratively speaking. Like, does the universe have to set you on fire for you to, like, figure this out? You almost have no other options left but to accept this. There's no reason to turn your back or let these ships sail off. Or maybe there is. Maybe what you need to turn your back on is those ships that have already sailed. Yeah, turn your back on the ships that have already sailed. See, I'm doing things backwards. Weird. 10 cups, 10 swords. Great success does not come at a low price. It's gonna come at a great cost. You're gonna have to, again, this is justice though. This is pure balance. Sacrificing precisely the amount of swords that you don't need in a lifeless body, and pulling out 10 cups of love, hope, light, salvation, sunshine, and rainbows, for goodness sakes. Why be burdened with 10 wands when all you need is one? All you need is one. Start over. Start fresh. Jump into that portal. Get on your chariot and ride. Ride out into the sun. You deserve it, Sagittarius. You know you do. You know you have put in every ounce of this that's coming back to you. You know that. Go get it. Thank you. Thank you for that read. That was super cool. I'm like ready to close out. Like, we're done here, right? Like, we're done. No, we're gonna get you an oracle. We'll get you an oracle. I'm just like so excited for you. Like I said, the urgency of this, like, momentum. It's just like, no, get up, go right now. Like, stop the video, get up off your chair and go get it. Go get it. Are you still here? Okay, I guess if you're still here, we'll pull an oracle. Maybe. I'm gonna close out with Halloweenies. We could close out with the Halloweenies? Okay, let's pull out the Halloweenies. Sorry, got excited there. I love the Halloweenies. I was wondering when they were going to make their return. They're so insistent on coming out and playing with us. The Mummy. Change. Under wraps. Is it? The sand in his mouth, the bandages wound, jealous of the living, eternal life bound. The ancient Egyptians took death very seriously. Death was not seen as many of us see it, a finality to be dreaded, but just as the beginning of a new life, and often eternal life, in a better place, the afterlife. The practice of honoring and preserving the body through a complex process of mummification was central to an ancient Egyptian culture. This was not just a physical embalming process, but a carefully enacted ritual process that ensured preservation into the next world. Many other cultures also mummified their dead, including the Incas, the Argentinians, the Maori, and many other cultures of the Torres Strait Islands. In our modern horror genres, the mummy has become an icon. From early horror writing at the turn of the century to very popular films, The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, the plot normally revolves around the mummy returning to life and cursing and hunting down the living. The discovery of King Tutankhamun's tombs and other long-hidden Egyptian treasures in the 1920s, in particular, sparked an explosion of mummy-related films and literature. Should you pull the moaning mummy card from the deck, know that change is inevitable. and that no matter how hard you try, things cannot be preserved exactly the same way. The card also indicates that this change will be for the better. The endings, the closed doors, the barriers. This is just a healthy pause and an indication of that a change of tactics is needed. You are not cursed. You just have developed a pattern. You can take control and change it. Thank you, Halloween Oracle deck. That was absolutely 100% perfect wrap-up for my Sagittarius. Thank you. Thank you, Sagittarius, for such a beautiful reading. I have so much fun doing this, and I'm just so delighted. I'm so delighted. Go. I can't believe you're still here. Go get it. Thanks a lot. You have a great moon. We'll see you next time.